Hi and welcome to Partner Solution Bites. My name is Emily Arnautovic and I'm a Principal Solutions Architect and I cover financial services customers in Australia and New Zealand. Today I'm joined by Adam Durbin from CMD, part of Mantel Group. Adam, welcome.
Hi Emily, great to be here.
So tell me, in I think almost a decade now, you mentioned when we were talking earlier of working with financial services customers, you must have seen quite a lot of different scenarios and challenges. Can you tell me some of the big areas of focus for customers in financial services?
Yeah, I think for financial services customers, it's really about maintaining availability and security of their systems. It's one of the key trends, not just in financial services, but across all customers that we're seeing, when they go to cloud, but even outside of cloud in general.
And in particular for financial services customers, because that's what we're here to talk about today, is there anything that you have managed to build for them that is really easing the way for those requirements around availability and security?
Yeah, definitely. When you look at financial services, it's regulated by a body called APRA, which is the sort of financial services regulation body here in Australia. So what we're seeing from them is them start to be a bit more prescriptive in their controls. So just recently they released a new guidance around multi-factor authentication. So whereas previously they've been more guiding around risk and how the customers handle risk, they're now being more prescriptive around controls. So what we're seeing is financial services companies starting to look at how do they then start to measure those controls and the effectiveness of those controls that are being enforced by the financial services regulator.
Yeah, and so I think you were mentioning earlier about a particular solution that you've got just for financial services customers.
We do. It's called Continuous Assurance for APRA.
That was the name.
And it's on the website. You can get a link to it on this video. But what that is effectively helping customers understand what do they need to know about the control effectiveness. And control effectiveness is different to control implementation. So what we look at is what is the intention of the control? What are the risks that it's designed to mitigate? And how can they visualize and report on those risks in real time? So moving away from that yearly audit or audit style approach to real-time visibility and giving visibility across the business and trying to build more of a culture around security awareness.
I like this, culture around security awareness and the visibility. Can you tell me any particular customers or areas of financial services that have really benefited from this and that you've had the chance to work with?
Yeah, definitely. We've worked with a couple of the Tier 1 banks here in Australia, helping to build similar systems, as well as major health insurers. So, example, we've worked with NIB Health on one of their extreme inherent risk workloads migrations across to AWS.
Yeah, it sounds like a decent undertaking. If other customers are interested in this, how would this engagement look like for them? Can you talk me through how this works?
Yeah, so what we do first is we understand what do they want to know, what are the questions they want to answer, and that goes all the way from the board down to engineering teams. So each individual have different questions they want to understand about the effectiveness of their controls. So for a board, as an example, typically they get a big red dot on every board meeting saying we've got a high risk around security. How do they break that up into different areas, and how do they visualize and understand where to invest money or where to concentrate to remove that risk or to reduce that risk?
Yeah, and are there any specific kind of controls that you're seeing that are really things that your customers need help with?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a few around, so the IT security controls, so your vulnerabilities and patching and security. The basics are still generally the ones that people should be concentrating on. And if people can understand, are they doing the basics, and then visualize and monitor that in more real time, what they can do out of the back of that is put in plans and implement them better. But also some of the more advanced ones around, if you're extreme inherent risk workload for APRA, as an example, you may want to look at multi-region availability and how do you make sure that you can recover in the event of a regional issue.
Sounds excellent. And this definitely sounds like something that I imagine many of our customers would be interested in. So Adam, thanks very much for sharing the story about how you're supporting customers with control effectiveness and assessment. So thanks very much, everyone, for joining us for Partner Solution Bites. Goodbye.